Except this time, it's come from one of our top ambassadors, Stephen Smith, who seems to be ashamed of the country he represents. We live in the greatest nation on earth, the lucky country. And on January 26, on Australia Day, we get to wake up in a country not in a war zone.
And now the pro-Palestinian extremists are saying that children in Australia can't be happy because children in Gaza are suffering.
Jari Markson revealed the clip last night. In the grainy video, Mr Albanese can be seen protesting against Israel's occupation of Palestine, next to a sign that reads, "Stop the Israeli slaughter, free Palestine now." Mr Albanese also used a microphone to condemn the Israeli military.
Children throwing rocks with helicopter gunships, with tanks and with missiles.
Not in a third world, but a free country. And I, for one, look forward to celebrating, as I'm sure many of you do too. Yet, here we go again. It's always at this time of year when the self-loathing starts. Except this time, it's come from one of our top ambassadors, Stephen Smith, who seems to be ashamed of the country he represents while representing us on the world stage.
This is disgusting in a country like Australia.
As Prime Minister, I will always
be ashamed of the country he represents.
That's who I am.
Albo's captain's pick for the job signalled he will not be attending an annual Australia Day gala dinner this month. This comes a year after he cited sensitivities around celebrating the day.
It's what Labor governments do.
And I'm sick of this Labor Party, this Labor government kowtowing to the
Year of the Dragon. This is going to be such a special year for our country, a year of nobility, of achievement, of luck, and I'm so excited to share that with you.
Meanwhile, China has hailed the Prime Minister as a model global leader ahead of a planned meeting between our Prime Minister and Xi Jinping.
People were saying that we have a handsome boy coming from Australia.
With Alan Joyce.
Now let's cut to the chase. If you're ashamed, get out. You do not deserve to represent this great country.
My big concern with this government is what is there to be proud of?
And for context, this gala is run by the Australia Day Foundation. It's a charity and proceeds go to supporting Australians studying in Britain. Now, this event is traditionally hosted on the closest Saturday to Australia Day, but this year it's been infiltrated by the woke.
Everything woke turns to shit.
And rightly so.
The Britain Australia Society's CEO, Louise Mully, said the event is not commemorating the landing of the First Fleet on the 26th of January, but rather is an event which is a modern, forward-thinking, diverse and inclusive celebration of Australia and all Australians.
This is a celebration of modern Australia. We're a diverse, inclusive Australia, and that's a good thing. People want to see
a comedy festival of a pantomime, whereby
you do not deserve to represent this great country.
Don't be a pompous git.
The progressive left strikes again with the ultimate aim of destroying everything British settlers brought to Australia. And look, the left always needs something to feel good about, don't they? Because they are pathetic, obsessed with this false guilt. Now, last year, Stephen Smith told organisers it would not be appropriate to hold the gala around January 26, which, of course, marks the First Fleet's landing in Sydney. And unless I've missed something, the High Commissioner's job is to represent this country. It's a role which should be regarded as a great honour. So for 2 years in a row to want to miss it, it's inexcusable.
It's an absolute disgrace. Anthony Albanese is bigoted and full of hatred towards
this country.
That's my style. I hope you've noticed that.
As Peter Dutton said, the PM should pick up the phone and sort this out today.
I've been travelling in the car, so I haven't been advised about that.
What other developed country refuses to acknowledge its National Day? If Stephen Smith is ashamed of Australia Day, he should be on the next flight home. And of course, he's right. But here is where it gets very convenient, Because after the Coalition's strong criticism, just like that, Stephen Smith's schedule has suddenly been freed up.
Well, I'll be damned.
He's now apparently available, after all, to attend the gala.
He does look as if he's got early stage dementia. He makes that many blunders. He's an embarrassment on the world stage.
A High Commission spokesman said the High Commissioner has now been able to rearrange official travel plans in order to attend the Australia Day Gala dinner on Saturday, 25 January, for the purpose of delivering a personal message from the Prime Minister to the dinner.
I do want to wish everyone the very best, and we need a better government.
How wonderfully convenient. Did Albo actually get on the phone, or was it some sort of public hallucination and he forgot that Australia Day falls on January 26th? It is the same day every year, but it's not a priority for him.
Our priority will be to
be ashamed of the country he represents.
I've done that.
He's out there ideologically freelancing and not representing the country.
What we won't be doing is
representing the country.
We're focused on this. This stands on its merits.
The Daily Telegraph reports Mr Smith's whereabouts on January 26 remain a mystery.
If police find out you're not actually missing, then you're going to get arrested for running away from home. So we have to keep you hidden.
I was the son of a single mum.
And he doesn't want to get arrested, so he does what she says. He goes into hiding in his own house, terrified that if he gets found,
Dishonouring my mum,
he'll go to jail. His mom basically brainwashed him into thinking he won't be safe without her. And to keep this whole act going, when other family members come over to visit, he hides in the other room.
Sorry, I don't know where that came from.
And that no events have been planned for that day due to the day being on a Sunday in London.
I wasn't playing tennis on the Saturday morning. That's wrong? Yeah, that is wrong.
Please. Stephen Smith.
Go and have your dick cut off.
Please. Stephen Smith is paid very generously. How can he possibly be ashamed of the country he represents?
I say shame on you.
Stephen Smith.
Shame, shame, shame.
How can he possibly do that job properly if he's unwilling to celebrate our National Day and only does so because he's dragged kicking and screaming to the gala? Now, we take pride in this country. We are lucky. And if Stephen Smith is struggling with that, he needs to be recalled or resign immediately.